Well, I think we expected their defense to be good. I mean, based on the way they played the first two games, I think maybe they're better than we thought. I mean, it's just like you said, the 10 takeaways is just kind of historic after two games. The last team to get 5 in each of their first two games was the '92 Pittsburgh Steelers. So we're going back a ways, and so I think the defense and Ryan Fitzpatrick he hasn't been lighting up the scoreboard, but he's settled in nicely, and he's kind of a stabilizing influence on offense.
Revis expected to play the groin. Have you noticed him limited at all this week during practice?
Well, we don't see practice, of course, but I do expect him to play. They're saying it's a game-time decision, but I would be really surprised if he did not play.
Decker, same thing there, game time?
Yeah, Decker's a game time, but I'm going the other way on that one. I don't think he's going to play in this game. He's got a sprained PCL in his left knee and did not practice at all this week, whereas Revis did practice some. So I think that's a long shot with Decker.
And then I guess Ivory's in the same boat. There's two guys on the offensive side of the ball that I guess are going to be game-time decisions.
Yeah, those are big guys for them, too. Ivory's been a good player for them this year, and I think his is a legitimate game-time decision. That one is too close to call right now. He did not practice at all this week as well, but I wouldn't be as quick to rule him out as I am Decker. I think there's a chance Ivory can play.
Rich, the Eagles' offense has been pretty inept, to be honest with you, through two games here.
Yeah. I saw the game last week. It was inept.
No, so when you see what Philadelphia did against Dallas, you've watched the Jets' defense play. I mean, are they licking their chops over there?
Yes. It's going to be really interesting to see how the Eagles respond, because I did see that Dallas game, and boy, they were bad. So this is a different kind of defense from the one they faced. I think Dallas did a great job on defense, but they're kind of a vanilla team. Dallas, they don't do a whole lot of different exotic blitzings, whereas the Jets do. I mean, Todd Bowles is he loves to blitz. They've blitzed on about 50% of their dropbacks. And they come in different ways, shape, and forms. So you could see a slot blitz by Buster Screen, a safety blitz, overload blitzes. So the Eagles' pass protection will be tested severely in this game.
Is it weird to say that with the Chip Kelly team and all the stuff they've done offensively the first 2 years, to see them struggle this much? I mean, is it bizarre to ask whether a team is excited to face the Chip Kelly offense?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing the Jets were concerned about, though, and yes, it is a little bizarre, but, they're breaking in a new quarterback, and Bradford missed the off season, basically, and I'm sure he's still getting his bearings. So I think there's going to be a learning curve there. But the one thing the Jets are a little bit concerned about is the up-tempo nature of the offense. The Jets are on a short week here. They played Monday night. They're banged up with all those players we just talked about. Might have some tired legs, and so I think they're a little bit concerned about that, coming in, and that's why they're stressing third down. They just don't want the Eagles to convert on third down and get into their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's interesting because that is typically, Rich, what the Eagles hold their, hang their hat on is the pace of the game. They just haven't been able to do that because of the way teams have defended them. I want to ask you about the Jets' run game, because we know so much about Revis in the secondary. They get a lot of the publicity, but the Eagles have not been able to run the ball. They're averaging 5.5 yards a game. I mean, it's unbelievable how bad they've been with all the money they've invested. Is the Jets' run game underappreciated when you talk about when you're having a guy like Revis out there? Does that front seven not get enough pub?
No, I think they get plenty of pub. I mean, they got some good players up front. Muhammad Wilkerson's off to a good start. They have one of the better nose tackles in the league, and Damon Harrison. And their rookie, Leonard Williams, who was drafted 6th overall, is off to a pretty solid start. They still don't have Sheldon Richardson. I mean, he's got to sit another couple of games. Then they're going to really have a scary front. And they have a couple of good run-stuffing linebackers. So, they've always been ranked fairly high in the league. Even under Rex Ryan, their run defense has always been pretty high. The one concern they have is Sproles. Sproles is the guy that they think will cause some issues for them when he gets out of the backfield in the passing game. The Jets linebackers are not great in pass coverage. They're not particularly fast. I think that's the guy that concerns them the most.
Do you look at this Jets offense and, is this a team that is going to gain more consistency as the season goes on? I mean, do you think that they can? I mean, Brandon Marshall, Ivory, they've got a couple of pieces there if Decker plays. Is this an offense that can grow and become a much better offense as the season goes on?
Yeah, they definitely can improve. They've scored 6 touchdowns. 4 of the 6 touchdowns have come on drives of 30 yards or less. So they're benefiting from short fields because of the defensive takeaways. So they're kind of riding the defense's coattails right now. And so they need more consistency. And you're right, they have some good pieces, but I don't think they're ever going to be a top 10 offense. I just don't see it. They don't have – Marshall's been doing great, but they don't have that explosive element either at receiver or in the running game. They're kind of a plodding offense, and Fitzpatrick is – he is what he is at this point. He's a game manager. I don't think he's ever going to put up huge numbers. So I see improvement, but I don't think they'll ever, scare anyone with their offense.
Rich Cimini's with us here, ESPN.com. NFL Nation covers the Jets. The Eagles are looking at the Jets at 2-0 and the way they played defense against the Colts the other night. By the way, I think the Eagles and the Colts are pretty similar. They went out and made a lot of big moves, not a lot of continuity on the offensive line, and you're seeing that. So would the Eagles look at the Jets? I think the fans say, man, this is the wrong week to play this team. Are the Jets seeing an 0-2 Eagles team and thinking the same thing?
Yeah, I do think there's some concern because I don't think the Jets, it's just the nature of the NFL. The Eagles can't possibly be as bad as they were against Dallas, and you don't want to go 0-3. I mean, 0-3 is pretty much a death sentence in the NFL. The chances, I think the last team that go from 0-3 to the playoffs was in 1998. So the desperation factor there, Jets on the short week, a lot of their star players are hurting this week. So it is, and plus they're going to face an offense they don't see normally. Obviously, they don't play the NFC East once every 4 years, so they're not used to this offense. And so there's a lot of factors here that are concerning to the Jets.
It's good to see the Jets seem like, anyway, Rich, that they've gotten past the preseason stuff with Geno Smith. I guess he's back. Will he be active this week as the backup?
They're not saying right now. I do think he'll probably be the number 2. He's listed as probable, and he practiced as a backup this week. So I think he'll probably be the number 2.
All right, it's all right here on 97.3 ESPN. The pregame coverage starts at 11. Merrill and Mike have the call starting at noon. Rich Cimini up there in New York with the Jets as they get ready to host the Eagles. The Eagles have beaten the Jets 9 times, 9-0 against the New York Jets. And, of course, that game, very big implications for Philadelphia this Sunday. Rich, always appreciate the time, man.
Thanks. Appreciate it.